Hi Manohar, good
Hi,
morning.
Hi Shweta, good morning.
Yeah, you ready for the interview, right?
Yes, Shweta.
Can you please on your camera?
Yes, Shweta.
So 6 to 10 topics from Anaplan, correct?
Yes, Shweta.
Yeah. So please share your screen and walk me through the presentation.
Okay, Shweta. Yeah. Hi Shweta, good morning. Today I will discuss about the following contents. First one is module and line items. Second, importing data into the modules. Third one is sum and
Can you please
lookup
share the
function.
screen, Manohar?
Sorry.
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay.
Please carry on.
Today I would do Today I would like to explain the following contents. First one is modules and line items. Second one is importing data into modules. And third is sum and lookup functions. Fourth one is functional areas. These are the most important topics in those lessons. First one is what is module and what is line item. And second one, how to create a module. What is grid view and what is blueprint view. How to format a line items. What is summary method. System module and how to create a system module. And time functions. How to copy a module. Data import methods. What is copy down and copy across. What is sum function and what is lookup function. What is functional area and how to create functional areas. Go to next topic. What is modules? It is a place where the hard work happens and calculations are performed. Module is the art of any developing. Module is the engine of a model. Modules were built up of time version lists from central library. Modules where logic, data, information, and everything should be stood. Modules use modules to input the data, store the data, analyze the data, and create outputs. By default, module has a time as a dimension, and module also a line items also. And modules are categorized into five types. First one data module. Second one is input module. Third one is system module. Fourth one is calculation module. Fifth one output modules. The next topic is line items. Use line items to input data wholly formulas and running the calculations. By default, the line items has formatted as a number, and also the line item has a different formats like text, number, boolean, date, and list. We can reference the formula in a line item either in the same module or in different modules also. But the default format of the line item is a number. The spreadsheet is the cell based, Anaplan is the line item based. That means in spreadsheet we enter a formula in cell level. In Anaplan we enter a formula in line item level. But the spreadsheet is inefficient more than two dimensionality. But Anaplan is handled successfully more than two dimensions. So we can say that Anaplan is a multi-dimensionality. Go to next topic. How to create a module. Uh, let's move to workspace. We see in practical. When you are successfully log into our workspace, uh, click the module under model setting tab and create and select the insert module. Enter the module name. For example, enter the test module and enter the line items. Enter the line item A, line item B, first day of the month, last day of the month, and take in the dimensions list as a, for example, G2 country as a page selector, and click OK to create a module. Now we create a module which is in a grid view. Next topic, what is copy down and copy across? It is a simple and quickly way to copy the value of the cell from from left to right and top to bottom, from one cell to multiple cells or multiple cells in a module. Let's see in practically. For example, in module grid view, we enter some value in the cell. For example, we enter a 5 and select the cell and click the copy across icon in the menu bar, and it will copy the value of the cell into multiple values from left to right. And also we click the and also select the particular cell and click the copy down icon in a menu bar, and it copy the value of that particular cell from top to bottom. These options are also available in edit tab, which is also gives the same result. Next topic, copy a module. How to copy a module? Let's see in practically. By clicking the modules in model setting tab, and select the module which we need to copy, and click the copy icon and enter the module name. Here, for example, here enter module name is copy module, and here we select the default view only and including all views. If we select the default view only, it copies the only default view of the particular selected module, and if we selected the including all views, then it is selected all the views including save all the saved views of that modules. And click the checkbox including cell data in a module copy, and if you need any functional areas, then select the functional area from drop down, then click OK. Then it will be automatically calculate this value, the total the data in a module also. Next topic is, what is module grid view? The module has two types of views. First one is grid view, second one is blueprint view. The grid view, it is the default view of a module when we created. It is the contents of the module grid view is the data and outputs of the calculation. Here we see that the data, we see the only data and outputs of the calculations only, and the dimensions like time, list, version, and uh, line items are shown as the page selectors, columns, and rows respectively. Here we show the line items as a rows, and time, the dimension time as a columns, and the list as a page selectors. Here we see this uh, uh, line item, time, and lists. What Next topic is, what is blueprint view? The blueprint view of a model gives the behind the scene view of the model. The contents of the blueprint view is the format, formula, time scale, and other time settings such as summary, applies to, versions, style, and cell count. And the blueprint view is where the model builder can do add formulas to perform the calculations, update the format of the line items, and adjust the dimensions like time and version and list. Let's see in practically in Workspace. By default, the module is in a grid view. By clicking this blueprint icon, then only we convert the module in blueprint view. By clicking the blueprint icon, here the format column. In this format column, we format the all these line items as we needed, and this is a formula column. In this column we enter the formulas only. In summary, this is summary column. We enter in this summary column, we enter the summary methods what we needed, and applies to column. In this column we change the lists of the module or the line item, and this is the time scale. In this time scale, we enter the month time in month level, year level, quarter level, and half year level, and also it is a time range column. In this column, we select the either model calendar or time ranges. This is a version column. In this versions, we select the versions what we are needed. This is a style column. in this column we select the different styles of the different font size of the line items. For example, we enter, we click the heading to then the style the font style of the line item A will be changed. And cell count, it is a cell count column. In the cell count column, it shows the how many cells are included in the line item. That means the size of the line item. The next topic is how to format a line items. After creating a module, then we after creating a module, then only we format the line items. The format, we can do the format of the line items in only blueprint, only in blueprint view. Now click the blueprint view icon of the model. Then we find a format column. Then only we can format the line items in this column. By clicking the ellipse in the format column, click the drop down. Here we select the from drop down what we needed. By default the module has a number formatted line items. Then we select the number and click OK. And we also select the date and click OK. This will be also applies to another column. I'm sorry, another line item. Copying this. This is how to change the format of the line items. And summary methods. Generally, summary methods are define how total shared cells are calculated into one value. Generally, the summary methods will be only available in blueprint view only, which is not possible to change in grid view of the module. By default, line item is a number format. The sum is default summary method for the number formatted line item, and none is a default summary method for the boolean formatted line item. But the summary methods are vary from line item to line item depending upon the what summary method is make more justification for that line item. Let's see in practically. The summary method are also applicable in blueprint view only. This is the summary column. The here already we say that the sum is the default summary method for the number formatted line item. Here we see that the sum is the default summary method for the number formatted line item. But we can change the summary method by clicking the ellipse in the summary column and select the drop down from uh, the summary drop down what we need to select. And And we are also know that the none is a default summary method for the Boolean format line item. Here we set the Boolean format as Boolean format a Boolean format. Then the summary method automatically change to none, which is depend upon the calculation output of the line item. The summary method will calculations also. This topic is system module. What is system module? System modules are generally designed for performing the calculations that can be used in multiple areas of a model. Instead of adding a formula to multiple modules, create a system module once with formula that can be referenced in multiple areas when we need it. And the system module will be built with limit dimensionality as much as possible. System modules are often used for time settings, filters, and mappings. And how to create a system module? Let's see in practical in Workspace. By clicking the module tab in model setting and select the insert module, create a system module with name of 6 pro details. Pro details. and dimension takes as a P2 product list. And we create a line items code, product family, and size. Code, product family, and size. Then click OK to create a new system module. A system module is successfully created. Then we change the format of the system module. Now we turn this grid view of the module into blueprint view and click the format column. The code line item formatted as a test. Then click OK. And product family is formatted as a list. Selecting list from drop down. Select a P1 product family list. Click OK. Size is also formatted as the size. Select the list from drop down. Select the size list. Then click OK. Which is turn in grid view. Now we are successfully created a system module. Adding a formula into a module. A formula is an expression or a function that can calculate the value of the cell. Now see how the formula is adding in a module. The formula is only adding in blueprint view only. In blueprint view, this is the name of the line item. This is the formula editing bar, and it is the formula expanded bar. We enter the formula in the formula editing bar by double clicking. Enter the formula. After entering the formula, hit enter and select the another line item. Double click the formula editing bar. Enter a formula. Click enter. Now it turns into blueprint view, from blueprint view to the grid view. The formula displays the start date of the month and last date of the month. This is how the formula enter into the module. Next topic is data importing into modules. Generally, we are importing data in modules in 4 ways. First one is manual. Second one is Anaplan connect. Third one is ETL connectors. Fourth one is rest of API. First one, manually import data into a module. Before entering data into a module, we ensure that the data file should be in .csv and .tsv. Generally, we have some formats which have supported the format of the files. The import file types are .txt, .csv, and .tsv, and export file types are .txt and .csv and .pdf. Next one is Anaplan Connect. Anaplan Connect can be used to extract the data from different databases on different time schedule intervals. This is a client tool that import the and export the flat files also. Third one is ETL connectors. The ETL connectors tool requires a connector to Anaplan API. Some of the customers need to build their own connector also. The ETL connectors are also known as the iPaaS. Fourth one is a REST API. This import method allows the Anaplan customers to build a custom data integration with the platform. The REST API offers the most configuration of the options for the importing the data. Next topic is how to import a data into a module. That's in practical in Workspace. Select the module which you need to import the data and open the module. We import the data in only grid from in grid view only. Select the import option from the data drop down menu. Click the import and click the upload a file. Select the file and please ensure the comma and the header row and first data row. Then click the next. Now we ensure the source to target mapping. The P2 powers will be column 1 and the 6 product details is column headers. And also enter the P2 product list. We ensure the mapping will successfully from source to target items. And finally check the line items. These are not map. These are unable to map. Then we map the items in manually. Click this option and click the and this map the and these items are mapped manually by clicking this both. Click the run import. Some data errors occurs. The mapping should be prod code to column 1 and this sys prod details to column headers. Here we successfully import the data into module. And after entering successfully data into module, we enter the formula into line items. Now we turn the module into blueprint view. Select the line item and we enter the formula into formula editing bar. We enter a formula code of item of P2 products. Then click enter. Also we enter a product formula in product family line item. Parent of item of P2 products. Now we are successfully enter the formula in this module. Next topic is sum function. Generally, the sum function added multiple values. When you need a sum of only values, that means one or more than one criteria. For example, if you see the list of sales transaction from the entire company and need a report from total sales from your stores in Hyderabad. Here we sum up the values from sales transaction in Hyderabad, the 2000 plus 2000 plus 1000, that is equal to 5000. But the Anaplan sum is similar to Microsoft Excel sum function also. For example, here the taken the syntax of the sum function, the target result equal to X, the sum of sum colon Y. Here X is the source data or data you want to sum, and Y is the criteria for summing or mapping cross references. The data can be located in the X data can be located in a line item of a module or property of a list. But and the data of a Y can be in line item of a module or property of a list. X is formatted as a number, but Y is formatted as a list or time period. And finally, the target line item must be a number formatted as same as the source data. Here the multiple criteria for summing is X of sum colon Y1 comma sum colon Y2 and so on. Now we see practically how sum works in model, Anaplan model. By clicking the modules in model setting tab, insert a module. We create the Rev01 price book module. And we take in the dimensions of G3 location and P2 products. G3 location as taken in a column and P2 products taken in a pages. And we create a line items unit price and unit cost. Unit price and the unit cost. And click OK to create a module. Now we need to format these line items as USD currency and two decimals. Now the module, click the blueprint view of the module, then turns the module into blueprint view. Then click the format, select the USD currency and decimals, two decimals. Click OK. Which is also same process for unit cost line item. And also change the summary method to average by clicking the summary column, selecting the average from the summary dropdown. Select average, click OK. The same will be copied to the second line item. Now we import the data into this module. Select the import option from data dropdown in grid view. Upload a new file. Select the price book file. Ensure the comma and header row and first data row and click the next. Mapping from source to target. The pre-2 products will be column 2. G3 location in column 1. The price book Rev01 price book more line items will be column headers. Then check the P2 product list. And also check the G3 location also. And select the line items which are also mapped successfully. Then click the run import. A dialog box is open which said the data will be successfully imported into module. and now we created the another module rev02 volume inputs module. By clicking the modules in model setting tab and insert a module, the naming of the module will be rev02 volume input module. And here we taken dimension as a time, G3 location and P2 product list. Here the time dimension is taken as a columns and create a line items as volume. Then click OK to create a module. Basically, the default format of the line item is a number. Here we don't need to change the format of the line item because it's defaultly number formatted line item. And also we ensure that the time scale will be taken as a month, which is checked in blueprint view. Here the time scale will be taken in a month. Okay. Now import the data volume inputs into rev02 volume inputs module. By selecting the import option from data drop down menu, upload a new file, select the volume inputs. Here we ensure the comma and header row and first data row. Here the header row will be in second row and the first data row will be third row. Click the next. The time will be mapping into the column headers. G3 location will be column 2. P2 products will be column 1. This is a fixed line item. And also check the time. Select the periods. The format YYYMM. Also check the G3 location also. Here the mapping will be successfully mapped from source to target. Here also the source to target will be mapped successfully. Finally select the line items. Here we select a volume as line item. Click the run import. Here enter the data, upload the data in the module successfully. And we create another module, rev03 margin calculation module. Click the insert module. Enter the module name as rev03 margin calculation module. And we take the dimensions as a time, G3 location and P2 products. G3 location and P2 products as taken as a page selectors and time taken as in columns, which is default in a module. And we create a line items, revenue, cost of sale, margin and margin percentage. We enter the line items, revenue, cost of sales, margin and margin percentage. And click OK. Rev 03 margin calculation module is successfully created, and he format the line items. Then we change the blueprint view of the module, change to blueprint view of the module. Then we format the line items as a USD currency and 0 decimals. Select USD currency and select the decimal places as 0. Select OK. The same will be applicable to remaining line items. Margin percentage will be settled as a percentage and 2 decimals. And also we ensure the time scale will be in months. Here the time scale will be already in months, so we no need to change the time scale. We are enter the formulas into Rev 03 margin calculation module line items. We enter a formula in blueprint view only. Select line item and double click the formulating bar. We enter the formula, which is the revenue formula is generally volume into price. Here the volume in Rev 02 volume input module into by selecting the unit price into Rev 01 price book module. Click OK. And also we enter the formula in cost of sales line item. Select the cost of sale line item and double click the formulating bar. Select the volume into unit of cost in Rev 01 price book module. Click enter. And we enter a formula in margin line item, which is revenue minus cost of sale. Then click OK. And we also need to enter the formula in margin percentage by selecting the margin percentage line item and double click the formula hitting bar, which is margin by revenue. Then click OK. And we change the summary setting of a margin percent line item to formula. Here we select the formula from summary drop down menu and click OK. And also we create a size margin report modules also by selecting the model setting tab and click the insert module. Enter the module name Rev 02 size margin report. And take the module dimensions as a time and G2 country list and size list. G2 country list and size list. And taken the time as a dimension in columns. Already time is a default, which is a default in module. And create a line items as revenue, cost of sales, margin and margin percentage. Revenue, cost of sales, margin and margin percentage. And click OK. And we need to format these line items. And we format the margin percentage as percentage and 2 decimals. Starting percentage and decimals as 2 decimals. Then click OK. Here the revenue, cost of sales and margin items as a number. By default, the each line item in a module is number format, so we no need to change the format of these 3 line items. And we also ensure the dimension time which is in months. Here the time scale will be in already in months, so we no need to change the time scale. Now we enter the sum formula. Basically, the sum function is used in the module to calculate the total for the revenue and cost of sales for all product in each size. Here here we calculate this module for each size So add the formula for each line item. Turn the blueprint view. Select the revenue line item. Double click the formula editing tab. By selecting the revenue line item in a Rev 03 margin calculation, sum of colon this product, select this size line item in this product module. Click enter. Similarly, we add a formula to the cost of sales line item. By select the cost of sale line item in a Rev 03 margin calculations. Sum of semicolon. And select the size line item of a 6 product details module. Then click enter. And the margin formula is revenue minus cost of sale. Then click enter. Similarly, the margin percentage formula is also applicable in formula editing bar, which is margin by revenue. Now we are successfully sum of the values from the different modules. Now let's move to the next topic. What is lookup function? Lookup function is we use lookup function to look up the values from source module or list to display the values to the line item of the target modules. It is a one-to-many relationship. That means the cell in a source module can be mapped with a different cells in a target. The lookup function is very similar to the HLOOKUP, VLOOKUP, which are in Microsoft Excel. The syntax of a lookup function is target result is equal to X lookup colon Y. Here X is the source data, Y is the criteria for lookup. Here the data can be located in a module.line item or list.property. In Y, the data can be located in line item of a module. In X, it can be any format. In Y, it can be as a list or time period format only. The target is the line item must be the same as a source format. That means which format have a source which applies to the target line item also. Multiple criteria for lookup: X lookup colon Y1, comma lookup colon Y2, and so on. Now let's see in practically how it works. Let's move to Workspace. Now we create a Rev04 price growth rates module. Click insert module. Rev04 price growth rates module. And we taken the dimension as a time G2 country list and P1 prod family list. G2 country list and P1 prod family list. And we taken the time as also dimension. Here the module, here the time is the default dimension in this particular module. And we create a line items as unit price, and second one is unit cost. Unit price. Second one is unit cost. Then click OK to create a module. Now we need to format these line items. Now we turn into blueprint view. Here the format will be percentage and 2 decimals. Select the format as percentage and decimal places will be 2. Click OK, which is same as applicable to another line item for copying this format. And here we also ensure the time in taken a time in year. I mean, we change the time scale in year. In time scale column, we select the year from drop down menu. Click OK, and same will be copied to next line items. And click OK. And now we will also create the another module Rev05 price growth rates tagging module. Insert a module. Rev05 price growth rates tagging module. Here we taken the dimensions as a time G3 location P2 product list. Here the P2 product list and G3 location, and we taken as a time as a dimension in columns, and create a 2 line items which are unit price and unit cost. Then click OK. Now we need to format these line items. Which are we format these line items as percentage and 2 decimals. Select the percentage and select the decimals places up to 2. Which is applicable to another item as same. And we also ensure the time scale will be in year. Here here the time scale will be in months. We change the time scale from month to year by clicking the drop down menu in time scale column. Select the year, then click OK, which which will applicable to another line items also. So now I copy the line item form time scale into another line items. Then click OK. Now enter. So this line item formula uses a lookup function to reference the system modules and find the current parent for each location and product family for each product. Here we look up the values from location wise and product family wise to substitute the value to display the values in Rev 05 price growth rates tagging module. Now we enter a formula in these line items. Select the line item and double click the formulating bar. Lookup colon 604 location details country. By selecting the country line item in 606 location detail module, comma, lookup, six product details module, product family. Taken select the product family line item from six product detail modules. Now click enter. And also we enter a formula in another line item which is unit cost by selecting the unit cost line item and double click the formula editing tab. Selecting unit cost line item in Rev 04 price growth rate module. Lookup, by selecting the country line item from 6 location detail module, comma, lookup, colon, by selecting the product family from 6 product details module, click enter. Here we successfully enter the formulas in Rev 05 price growth rate tagging module. Now we check this how the formula is working. In Rev 04 we enter the data. For example, we enter the 5 in particular cell. Now it will be displayed in Rev 05 price growth tagging module. So it will be here, it will be happening in this cell. So the formula is successfully applied to this line item. Here this is how the formula will work in a model. Now the next topic is organizing modules. Module category dividers. We are generally model builders are organizing modules where you use it to divide the modules in category wise like system module, revenue modules, and reporting modules. How to create a module category dividers? Let's see in practically in Workspace. By selecting the modules option from model setting tab, click the insert module. For example, enter the system. We no need to select the pages and columns and rows, and also we need to select the dimensions, time, list, and versions. Then click OK. Similarly, create another module, revenue. Here the same also the remove the time dimension. And also similarly click insert another module which is reporting. Click OK. Now we are successfully created a module dividers, and how to assign the module dividers to the remaining modules. Clicking the reorder module, select the system module. The system modules are categorized. You are collected to under system divider. Same as also revenue divider module. Same as also reporting divider module also. Click apply. It will be automatically changed as reorder. Next topic is time functions. How many types of time functions are in Anaplan model? There are two types of time functions. First one is time series function. Second one is non-time series function. For first one, the time series function. Use the line items as arguments for these functions. The source and target line items must be in the same as time ranges. That means, for example, lag, lead, moving sum, offset. These are the examples for time series function. What is a non-time series function? We can read the data from line items that use different time ranges. The example for the non-time series function are add months, date, days, and month, start, year value, and next. Next topic is pivot. In a module, use pivot to change the view of the data, but it is not change the content of the data. And you can move your dimension among rows, columns, and page selectors. Now let's we see the how works pivot in a module. Go to in Workspace, select a module, open, click the pivot option in menu bar. Here we need to Here the pivot option is only change the view of the data. For example, the pages, the G3 location list in pages we in drag into the rows, and line items will be dragged into columns. Then click OK. So it will change the view of the data, not the content of the data. That means now it does not change the values of the cells, only change the view of the cells and view of the module. Next topic is what is functional area. Generally, model builders use functional area to categorize the modules, saved views, and dashboards. Generally, these are very helpful to the model builders to easily identify in the dashboards and modules and saved views. How to create a functional area? Selecting the modules from under model setting tab, click the functional area, insert the functional area. Here, enter the functional area, for example, revenue. Click OK. And how to apply functional area to modules? Here the functional area columns. We select the modules is from drop down menu as revenue. It will be shown in content panel. And this is way to assign the functional area to different module, different types of categories of module. Thank you for giving me such a great opportunity.
Thank you, Manohar.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. You can leave the meeting now.
Okay, ma'am.